Hey friends, Coach Josh here, and today I'm going to teach you how to change your body fat percentage or recomp your body, burn fat, and build muscle without changing your diet. I'm excited to share this. This is probably the most valuable leverage point that you have when adjusting your energy, vitality, and performance over the long term. And it doesn't take that much effort. Let's get into it. Okay, so what we're going to talk about today is getting results without any fancy diets, no restrictions, no elimination, just a simple process to use what you're eating now and tweak it to make it easier to build muscle and burn fat. I've already used this for years because it's easy for the coach because I don't have to advocate any changes. It's easy for the student because it requires no additional effort. It just requires you to basically change a little bit about what you're doing to maximize your upside. This is banking off of the Pareto principle that 80% of the progress or productivity comes from 20% of the activities. This is the old monk who discovered that 20% of his peas were producing 80% of his pea pod yield in some soil a few hundred years ago. Discovered this principle, and it's replicated itself in business and organizations and human organizations and obviously agriculture. Fascinating stuff. We're going to leverage it today, create some a high leverage action in your nutrition plan. And we're going to do that in 3 simple steps. Number 1, you're going to audit yourself. You're going to record what a day in your life actually looks like using a free off-the-shelf macro counter. There's dozens now. I think it's Eat to Lose is one. MyFitnessPal is one of the old ones. Chronometer is another one. But as long as you can see what your macro and micronutrients are, your vitamins, minerals, your proteins and fats, and your calories, that tracking device or that tracking software will work for our purposes. So you're just going to record what you ate today or yesterday, something where you can, fully encompass a normal day in your life. That will be step 1. It takes about 5 minutes. So once you've done that, we'll move on to step 2, which is execute the food swaps. So you're going to basically swap out any meal that you had during the day or snack where you had less than 30 grams. You're going to make some adjustments so that you get around 30 to 40 grams of protein per meal. And you're going to basically trade out the type or the brand of the food that you're eating for a similar category of food as the one you're already eating, but one that has a little bit more protein density. And by doing that, we're going to realize some fantastic gains in the process. And I'll show you how to do this as an omnivore, and I'll show you how to do this as a vegetarian. Boom. So you're going to choose to swap out some foods that you're in your diet for some protein dense ones. And if you don't know or you haven't done this before, you can use one of my cheat sheets below. You can just check it out, download it, and it'll give you some hints as to where to find some protein dense food. So then you're going to enter a new day in your life where you are eating very similar to what you're eating now, but you're going to get a lot more protein. And you're going to use that macro calculator that you've already used for a day in the future or a day in the past. So you can just switch to a new day, and you're going to adjust your nutrition with these food swaps. And you're going to keep making these adjustments until you reach around 0.8 grams of protein per pound of body weight. That is not necessarily the perfect amount for everybody, but it's close enough to create a nutrient dense meal plan based on what you're already eating that has a lot more protein and a lot less fat in most cases. So when you're doing that, you'll discover that you're going to eat more of what you need and less of what you don't, more protein, less calories. And the reason why this works is because, and the same thing kind of applies with training or any other strategy that I use in my programs, the higher the effort, the bigger the leap it is away from what you're already doing, the more difficult it is to consistently do it. Now, if you eat Greek yogurt for breakfast every day and you switch brands, well, you're not really changing habits. You're basically doing the same habit. You're just making a different buy decision at the grocery store. And that small buy decision compounded, 5 days a week, 7 days a week, 30 days a month over the course of a year, you're going to get, 35% more protein without having to change anything about what you are doing. Here's an example of what this looks like in real life. Now, if you're an omnivore, this is someone like me who likes eggs for breakfast, hamburgers for lunch, and some meat for dinner. This is a really simple strategy where I swap out whole eggs for egg whites, 80-20 hamburger, which is, very rich, to a 99-1 lean, lean beef, lean ground turkey, something of that nature. Top round substitute for pork chop. These are basically eating the same types of meals, but over the course of an entire day, those small changes, eating this at the same time, eating the same types of things, will net a 480 calorie difference, but an extra 50 grams of protein, which makes it much more easy for me to build muscle, recover from exercise and training, with the stress of life, and cutting out a lot of calories that I'm eating at the same exact time. You don't have to remove your desserts. You don't have to do anything else. The reason why this works is because you already have made a huge calorie cut without having to make any real sacrifices. And yes, you will have to learn how to cook or prepare something slightly differently, but it's not a huge effort. Now, if you're a vegetarian and you're doing this, well, this is basically stolen exactly from my girlfriend's meal plan. She's a big fan of a tasty Greek yogurt called soy, and she likes almond milk and all the things. So, making a couple brand swaps, we do essentially the same exact math that we did on the other side for omnivores, eating the same types of foods, pasta, a liquid post-workout, instead of a Gatorade, switching to a protein shake, using soy milk instead of almond milk. These small changes, same meal schedule, same prep, allowed her to double the amount of protein that she's eating in one day. She was averaging 50 to 60 grams. Now she's averaging 140, so more than double. And the results that she's experienced in the last year are pretty freaking impressive. And you can ask her about that or follow her on LinkedIn if you want to learn more. So with that, we've made some simple swaps that require very little effort, but have a 150% improvement on your nutrition plan. And you do that over the course of weeks and months, and you get a completely different result over the year. Now, that's the nutrition version of it. There's a training version of it. There's a recovery and rehab version of it. But this is how your fitness strategy, your health strategy over the long haul takes a completely different form and gives you completely different results. And I'm unable to personally work one-on-one with every person that I care about and everybody who follows me and everybody who wants to have outsized progress and results. So I want to do my best to give away all of my secrets. And I'll do that for you one-on-one with a holistic audit. I'm going to take wherever you're at today with your training, your nutrition, and your recovery, and I'm going to give you the next couple of steps so that you can also get outsized results and continue to make great progress over the next 12, 24 weeks without having to completely change your life, just using a little bit of strategy and some, quote unquote hacks. I mean, anybody who tells you there are no secrets in fitness is, any coach that says that is lying. There's tons of secrets, tons of hacks, but the key to success is knowing when to apply them. So I want to show you that by going through what your health program looks like with you, the holistic audit. You can purchase it in the link below. We'll have it linked up. It's a simple phone call with me. We'll knock it out in about 30 or 40 minutes. We'll be able to set you up for the next 12 weeks. And if you're intimidated by, the changes or the process, I'm happy to talk to you about coaching and doing the programming for you. But ultimately, I just want you to be successful. We're going to cover in your holistic audit, we're going to cover the nutrition Pareto principles and how they continue to apply over the next few steps for you, few phases, training, how to keep it simple but get really good results in terms of building muscle and strength and mobility, and then recovery, how to get the most out of your nutrition and diet so that you don't have high blood pressure, you don't have high cholesterol, you burn fat, you feel good, and of course, you're still going to be sore. You're still going to have some long days if you're a performer and an overachiever. But I want you to be happy and successful, no matter what happens. So this is your opportunity to get a customized program from me. If you've never done that before, I'm do my best to make it dead simple and to help you get results pretty darn fast. Normally, I'd even post some of the text messages my clients are giving me right now on this, but I don't know how to do that. So I'm going to end this recording and hope that you use these strategies right now to make your life easier and get better results with your health and fitness. Thank you.